But there's another small tear right there, and I don't trust this thing with my life. So that tire's flat, and I'm sure that that brand new tube I put in there. Just wanted to see what you were gonna think, how you were gonna think. Just the two. I've got the replacement that I keep on the bike. That's supposed to get me. That's supposed to get me home, right? But I had just rolled out of Stanley, Idaho that morning and into Chalice right here to navigate, and realized that my tire was flat, and I spent the night in Arco that night. But this is a truly amazing story. I don't know that I could have had a better place to have a flat, because I had a chair, access to a chair, and this workbench, this solid natural workbench here in the parking lot, and just a little bit of shade, and lots of people that would come by and volunteer to help. Yeah, it was a pretty amazing spot. Can't imagine what would have happened on the side of the road, but I got a piece of what happened later on down the road, and you'll see that in a few minutes. Well, if you're going to have a flat tire, best place to have it is at a place with a little bit of shade and a place to wash your hands. Just did that. Yeah, I mean, this is really weird. I pulled in, and the rear end felt kind of funny, and I looked and I was like, no, it's not flat. And then started navigating it on the map, and I actually pulled in right here to navigate. And as soon as I did that, I turned around and started going south, and I got just out of the parking lot. I was like, man, it really feels flat now. And pulled the tube. It's got some deformations, but there's the bad spot right there. It looks like that whole thing, that whole carcass is failing, but I'm going to try to patch it and see if I can get another tube. Yeah, I just spent $20 on this tube, and it's a piece of crap, obviously. Yeah, so let me get on that. So I'm a little bit anxious because I have one patch that's that length, and I can't really afford to screw this up. The other issue is I'm worried about those little ridges. So I think what I'm going to do is just run me some glue around there and hope for the best. So it's starting right here and ending right there, so that's what I'm going to focus on. Big splotch right there. My concern, other than the fact that I don't know if I'm going to be able to place this correctly, is the structure. Is this tube failing? Because it looks like it is. Why is there stress on that part of the tube other than the structure? Well, I'm going to call that dry, and I'm going to stick this puppy on there. Probably not perfect. But that's gonna have to do, because that's all I got. Well, I gotta actually may have another patch in my little tire thingy. I don't know. Let that sit for a minute, and then put some more air in it, see if it's holding. Cross your fingers. Does not appear to be leaking. Let's give that a few minutes. Give me a few minutes. Well, so this looks like trial number 2. The patch didn't work, and I think mainly it looks like the patch may have held. But there's another small tear right there, and I don't trust this thing with my life. So I just pulled it out, and I stuck a 21 inch tube in there now, hoping that that's going to do it. I've never run a 21 in an 18 before, but I've heard that it works, and that's why I carry a 21, because I can't, if I had an 18 and I had a bad tube on the front, I couldn't get the 18 in the front. So I've heard it'll work. I don't know how long it'll work. It's got to work better than that piece of shit that I've got in there now. Wow, $20, 20 something dollars. Yeah. I was very hopeful that the 21 inch tube that I'd ordered, it was a Kenda. I was very hopeful because I've had real good luck with Kenda tires and tubes. But that was my spare tube that I put in the rear. And I've only heard stories of people riding with bigger tubes in smaller rims. And I just hoped that since it was holding air, that it would get me to the next big city. And it got me through this beautiful canyon here. It got me down the road about, I don't know, 25 minutes down the road, but it probably gave out on me in probably the worst spot possible. Well, I knew the 21 inch tube and an 18 inch rear rim was not going to be a long-term solution, but I figured it would get me to town 100 or so miles, but obviously it got me about 30. And yeah, I doubt it's something I can patch. So I'm going to see if I can get a trailer ride into town or whatever. Maybe there's still some guys coming out of the woods with RVs that have a spot for me on the back of a trailer, can take me into wherever they're going. I'll take wherever they're going to get a tube. But man, it sure is quiet. There was a lot of traffic and now there's just nothing. I think I've got service out here though, so there's that. I had service, I'm not sure what I got now. Yeah, shit, I got 4 bars of 4G, I'm good. Somebody's trying to call me. Huh. Yeah, it's just, it's always something, ain't it? Well, the last time I ran out of gas, had more than a few people suggest that I put the helmet in front of the bike. Supposedly that's a universal signal for bike trouble. I don't know. I've never heard that, and since I've never heard it, I would guess most people don't know it, especially car drivers. What are they looking at? You know, help me, my motorcycle's busted. Here's my helmet on the side of the road. I don't know. Maybe 1 out of 100 people might know it. Maybe they'll stop. I don't know. But that tire's flat, and I'm sure that brand new tube I put in there is probably shredded, probably confetti in there. But you know, maybe I should have slowed way down to 50. Maybe I should have limped on into town. But I was just ready to make some miles, so I turned it up, and then I turned it up for a little bit, and there's like nothing happened. So I was like, okay, cool. And the funny thing is, I just got off the pegs. I was on the pegs just before the top of that hill. I was like, yeah, we're good. And I even turned I've got the dash camera navigation system also has these pressure sensors in the tires, and I was watching those. I even turned that screen off because I was like, yeah, everything's fine. Tires heated up to normal. Pressure went up 2 or 3 pounds, and then, yeah, anyway, 30 miles. Oh well, maybe somebody will come by and see me and say, hey, the ideal situation is somebody with a bunch of RVs on the back. Yeah, man, yeah, just we'll load you up here, we'll strap your thing down, take you on into town. That would be ideal, because there's a ton of rafts coming out of here. Well, they may already be gone. It's late Sunday, so. But that would be the ideal situation. Some old boy with a razor on the back of his trailer or some shit like that. It's got a little extra room. That would be ideal. I'm not holding my breath because it's late. It's late Sunday and the traffic's getting slim, and I may be spending the night out here, but I got plenty of water, so everything's good. Gonna see if this biker even waves. He's probably not gonna stop at all. Yeah, didn't even wave. What the hell? What is the world coming to? What is the world coming to? No care in the world. He's enjoying his own world. Dude, I would stop. Absolutely. I mean, if you can't tell, I'm in freaking distress. Maybe I'll circle back. Maybe I misjudged him. I did call somebody. It's about 40 miles away. He said it's not going to be anything ridiculous to come get me, which I'm fine with. He said it's not going to be any $200, $300. I was like, okay, give me a good price. And then he says there's hotels close by and there's walking distance to the Honda shop that's going to be open sometime. And the most amazing thing is that this couple that rolled by on their Harley, took them a while, but they circled back, and I asked them about it when they came back. It's like, yeah, no, we couldn't find a place to turn around, and I get it. There's a few driveways or entrances to cow pastures, but there's not really any solid places to turn around. But I got to give it to them. As much smack as I was talking when they rode by and didn't slow down, they're the only ones that actually turned around up to this point. And they turned around and said, hey, yeah, we can help. I told them that I'd already arranged a tow, and they're like, nah, don't worry about it. We're 15 minutes away. So they went and got their trailer. Bless them. Idaho. It's just so beautiful up here, and it's so diverse too. I think the people that don't explore Idaho don't really know how diverse it is. I mean, you got these beautiful mountains up here. You got the Sawtooth. They have a desert. I've been through part of it. They've got the beautiful northern mountains with trees and just lush forest and lakes. And rivers and these huge freaking canyons cut through basalt that are like vertical canyons. Well, Twin Falls. I mean, if you've probably seen Twin Falls, there's a lot of those canyons north, way north, well, up towards the Boise area. Anyway, it's just a beautiful place. And you know, the downside is it's pretty remote in some places. You know, it's this stretch of highway, it's not too bad. There's a house right here. But yeah, I don't know. I just love Idaho. I'm gonna get all teared up having strangers taking care of me. And finally got in touch with the mechanic that was gonna come pick me up in the truck. We got cut off. But yeah, he seemed pretty chill about it. He's like, nah, yeah, you don't owe me anything. You don't owe me anything. This is what we do. And I was like, man, that's cool. I still want to give you something for the effort. You know, it's like, yeah, I'll throw you some cash or take you to lunch or something like that when I finally get the bike fixed. Whoa, this thing don't roll right. All the way to the front, you think?
Yeah, just that log.
Corey and Kathy brought me all the way. Well, they went all the way. I think they were 15 miles away to get the rig. Went back, got the rig. I apologize because I realized I probably ruined the ride. We're out riding. That's them. My two favorite people in Idaho now. It has been a long, strange day. And I'm finishing off the day in Arco, Idaho. My new friends, Corey and Kathy, who live in Mackey, up the road a few miles. We're riding past on their Harley, and I even commented, it's like, oh, wow, motorcycle, and there they go. And then he turns around and comes back and says, hey, yeah, what's going on? I filled him in. Had a guy coming. He's like, yeah, we can go get a trailer and haul you into Arco, where there's a tire store. Indeed, there is. I'm fully hopeful when they open up at 8 in the morning that they've got at least a tube. At least a tube. Maybe I should consider converting my rims to take a tubeless tire. I don't know. It's been a long day, man. I'm just tired. I would like to give a great comment about the amazing town of Arco, but they've got graffiti on their rocks. I don't know if y'all can see up there, but there's graffiti up there. I'm sure it has some kind of meaning. I just don't know what it is. I think I would be a lot happier if that store was open, or any store in this town. It's Sunday night, so I guess I understand, but yeah. I got everything I need. I got water. I got food. I got some whiskey. I'm afraid to pull it out because I'm I'm on the main drag in town, and I fully expect to get a flashlight in the morning at 2 a.m. going, hey, boy from Alabama, what you doing all crashed out? It should be common sense. I would think most law enforcement would go, there's a motorcycle guy laying on the ground, and oh yeah, he's got a flat tire, and oh yeah, it's a tire store and a motorcycle place. I would think he might put 2 and 2 together, but I'm still expecting to get woken up at 2 a.m. We'll see what happens. So there's a lot of trees in Arco for me to hang my hammock in, except they're way too far apart. But I started looking at this guy over here, and I started thinking, that's pretty close to that telephone pole. And then I started thinking, man, if I could hang instead of sleeping on the ground, I'd be so much more comfortable. That's the thing I tell everybody. I don't care what kind of mattress you got. You're going down on the ground, you're getting up off the ground. And that's a pretty good spacing right there. Question is, how much weight can this... Oh, yeah, that's solid, man. That is a solid freaking tree. I think I'm going to go grab my hammock and hang out right there, hoping nobody runs me off. Honestly, I thought my new plan was brilliant. I had my hammock hung over there, and I only had a few items to pick up in the parking lot. And as I was crossing back across the street into the parking lot to grab my chair, somebody pulls up in a pickup. He said, my name is Chad. I've been watching you. I've been in and out, and I'm finally off work. Have you eaten yet? I got a place to stay. And I was like, man, I'm hanging right here, and I'm fine. I don't need anything. He says, get in the truck. He says, I got 2 cheeseburgers for you at the house. Get in the truck. So I was like, well, okay. I got nothing else to do. The sun's not even down. Got in the truck, ate one of his cheeseburgers at his house, and he told me, He really wanted me to stay at his place. He couldn't see me hanging there in the street. Anyway, he was he was very insistent that he wanted to help. He says that's just what he does, and he also said, I've got some guys that can fix your tire tonight. And he made a call, and that's where we end up now.
That's a compliment.
I didn't hear it. What?
You make videos?
We're going to be on
Yeah.
YouTube.
No shit.
This is Moto Giant
Moto
on
Giant.
YouTube.
There you go now.
This?
No. Everything goes in the rim,
In the rim.
just like a spoon.
In the
Everything
rim,
goes
buddy.
in the rim, just like a spoon.
Oh, like that?
Yep. And then you got the other piece that
Oh,
goes
and that piece
on top.
carries
And
down.
boom! Look at that.
Look at that.
Dude, I like
Now
that.
just squeeze them together, and then pop. Sometimes it pops. Work your way around. Work your way around. Just you've got some juice in there, so
Did you take the valve stem out?
Yeah.
it's flat. You don't need it.
Right.
Dude, I like this tool. I'm gonna buy one of these.
Yeah, push it in there as far as you can get it. And then, yeah, there you go.
Well, that's what the girls tell him all the time, Don.
Push it in there.
I wish.
As far as you can get it.
Make sure you lube it up first.
Nice. That's it.
Let me pit it. Let's see. Let me put my hand. So as you work your way around, I'll step where you're at. Oh, I can't get my balance here.
You can't do it together.
Wide,
Wide. Yep. You pull it. Just turn on my hands. Okay, you can let go for a second. Hands out.
Oh, looks like that hurts.
Huh?
Looks like that hurts.
Just a tad bit. Oh yeah, this tube's small.
It's tiny.
So I am still in Arco, Idaho, a block away from the motorcycle store shop. And yes, believe it or not, last night I got rescued. I'm staying at Chad's house. Chad pulled in the parking lot last night and said, no excuses. I'm going to feed you a cheeseburger, and then the boys are going to come over and put a tube in your tire. They only had a 19, but it was a heavy-duty 19. And they got it fit. It's holding there. We'll see how far it gets. But I'm also going to stop at the motorcycle tire store across the street before I leave and pick up a couple spares, because I know how important they are. It's not the first tube I've destroyed by ripping the valve stem out. I don't know. I think this was just a really crappy tube. I'm looking at how deformed it was too, and I was like, this thing was on its way to being destroyed anyway. Crappy rubber, crappy Chinese tube. I'm sure the dealership only paid $5 for it, and I paid $25. So I'm glad they got some money. But maybe these guys across the street are going to have something better for me. My host, Chad, was fantastic. The boys that came in and pit crewed my bike, fantastic. And I almost don't want to leave Arco. This is a really cool area. Arco and north of here is considered the Lost Valleys. Very interesting people, very interesting culture. And yeah, I'd like to stop by here next year when I come through. That would be amazing. More updates later.
I packed up and rolled out pretty early that morning. I wanted to get over to the store and get some extra tubes. I had ruined the 21-inch by putting it in the 18, so I needed to get that, and I needed to get an 18-inch tube just in case that 19-inch tube that they put in failed again. I'm just completely paranoid now that there's going to be another failure and I'm going to be unprepared. As long as I have the materials to fix it, and I can fix it, yeah, I don't worry too much. But you can see how close I was to the shop, and just to the right of that sign there was my little camping spot that I had to take down and throw in the back of a pickup truck. I think it was like 11 o'clock at night. Man, I was tired. It was a long day. But I sure appreciate all the help the local folks in Arco provided me, and it kind of made me feel uncomfortable because it's like, man, I can do this on my own. I don't need as much help as you guys want to give me. But they just, Chad and the kids just wouldn't say what, they wouldn't take no for an answer. $37 later, and I have a spare to go in to my little tire repair tube. What's up here?
How's it going?
Got me some new tubes.
You did?
I did.
How many did you get?
Just the two. I got the replacement that I keep on the bike. That's supposed to get me. That's supposed to get me home, right? But yeah, it's
Well, good deal.
yeah, man. Follow me on YouTube. You'll see where I'm at.
Okay, I think I followed you yesterday.
Very cool.
All right.
Very cool. Thanks
Be
for your help,
safe.
man. And of course, it was great to get back on the road. It was another beautiful day. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, even with a big fat heavy-duty tube, I'm thinking it's the wrong tube. It's going to fail at some point. And I just kept thinking the same thing. But out here, you know, I had plenty of shoulder. I wasn't really too concerned. I knew I could do the same thing that I've done 20 times before on this bike, as long as I had enough shoulder. Unlike the last place that I would have had to go totally into the weeds. But this is the nuclear place that Corey works at. Very interesting. I'd like to find out a little bit more about this facility. Looks and sounds like, from what he told me, they do all kinds of innovative nuclear power type stuff, nuclear fuels, all kinds of interesting stuff. But of course, they wouldn't let me on to what looked like almost a military base, so I didn't even try. I just wanted to get a closer look. But then I was on to Montana and Wyoming to hang out with Gary and Joe from Dirty Motorcycle Vagabond. You'll see that next time.